reality. I decided to make it this for you right now. There's your mom. Okay, this is when you're being born. There's Dad. I'll let you see. I don't know how to turn it on because I'm not very good with apples.
Ronnie Luft's video diary was supposed to tell a happy story for him and Sarah Morrison and their newborn daughter. Instead, it's now evidence in the Kitimat couple's lawsuit. They're alleging they received negligent medical care and were subjected to racial stereotyping. It began on January 27th at the Kitimat Hospital, where Sarah Morrison, who was overdue by 2 weeks, came after starting to have contractions just before 7 p.m. There she learns that her baby's heart rate is strong. According to their lawsuit, Morrison's pregnancy was uneventful, but the doctor wouldn't admit her.
And he said, that he couldn't do anything for us, and that we should have just went to Terrace.
Morrison says the couple left the hospital to call an ambulance.
And they came, picked us up at the front, and brought us to the back where the emergency is. And then we sat there for a while, and the ambulance attendant asked us if we could pay. Said, I don't care how much it is, we'll pay it.
According to Morrison, the ambulance attendant refuses to drive them to Terrace. Morrison and Luft still had high hopes they were going to meet their daughter that night. Her father had met them at Kitimat Hospital and raced her here on the highway about a 45-minute drive to Terrace. Her contractions continued, her stress was rising, but they were still feeling positive. But then things took a turn for the worst. It was 8 p.m. when Morrison arrives at the hospital in Terrace. She says she's never been here before. Yet the lawsuit alleges her medical chart contains erroneous information and racial stereotyping, including that she was in an abusive relationship, her parents have diabetes, her parents are alcoholics and recovering from drugs, and that she was depressed.
And then they brought us to a room, and the doctors strapped me to the bed for a thing that was supposed to monitor my contractions, and they were trying to find her heartbeat for a very long time, and they said they were having difficulties, so I tried to ask for a C-section. I begged for a C-section, and all the doctor said was that he didn't see the point.
Morrison says the doctor voices concerns about her health.
It wouldn't be in the best interest for my future pregnancies, and it said she is my future, please save her. And he just ignored me.
Morrison says she delivers her daughter naturally just before 2 a.m. on January 28th.
And then when I gave birth, all they did was wash her off and hand her to me. They wouldn't resuscitate her.
Morrison's mother was present during the birth and again during this interview for support. Morrison says Luft was too overcome with grief to participate. Morrison and Luft allege the death of their daughter was preventable. They are suing both hospitals, 5 doctors, a nurse, and the Northern Health Authority of BC. They're claiming the injuries were caused by the doctor's negligence. The defendants breached their duty of care and the standards expected of a doctor in the province of British Columbia, in combination with treating the plaintiffs with deliberate and racial indifference, the claim says. None of the allegations have been proven in court. The health authority sent out a statement saying it will look into the allegations of anti-Indigenous racism. These allegations are taken extremely seriously, and we believe that the review underway will allow us to understand what occurred from the experience of this family, the staff, and physicians.
I tried resuscitating her for hours.
You did?
I did. I did everything for my baby. They didn't do anything.
Luft and Morrison say they are suffering emotional and psychological trauma, anxiety, loss of the will to live, grief, shame, and embarrassment. No one has filed a statement of defense yet, and there's no timeline to complete the review into finding out what happened to Sarah Morrison and her baby. Kathleen Martins, APTN National News, Kitimat, BC.